Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we're diving headfirst into a topic that's enough to make a xenophobe spontaneously combust immigration. We're just going to unpack this suitcase labeled immigration and see what's actually inside. We're talking about the top 10 countries practically bursting at the seams with immigrants. Buckle up because we're about to navigate this minefield of a topic with the grace of a hippopotamus on roller skates. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. America. The land of opportunity where dreams are made of, well, mostly immigrants if we're being honest. This country was built by immigrants, for immigrants, on land. Well, you get the point. But lately the US has been like that one friend's apartment after a wild party. A little too crowded. Some argue that immigrants steal jobs and strain resources. Others counter that they create jobs, boost the economy, and contribute to the cultural tapestry of the nation. Immigration brings a glorious kaleidoscope of cultures, cuisines, and yes, even some tensions. From language barriers to cultural misunderstandings, it's not always a smooth ride. The bottom line is this: immigration to the US is a complex issue with no easy answers. So, the next time you hear someone ranting about immigrants overrunning America, remind them that this nation was built on the backs of those who dared to dream of a better life. Germany, the land of beer, bratwurst, and, well, a slightly more complicated relationship with immigration. In 2015, Chancellor Angela Merkel famously declared "Wir schaffen das," we can do it, in response to the Syrian refugee crisis. And do it they did, opening their borders to over 1 million refugees. The country was facing a shrinking workforce and an aging population, and those refugees, they looked a lot like potential solutions. But integrating such a large number of people, many fleeing war and trauma, was never going to be a walk in the park. Language barriers, cultural differences, and let's be honest, a healthy dose of good old-fashioned xenophobia all reared their ugly heads. Despite the challenges, Germany's experience with immigration is a testament to the country's capacity for compassion and its willingness to tackle complex issues head-on. It's a work in progress, sure, but hey, even the Berlin Wall came down eventually, right? Canada! The land of maple syrup, hockey, and a reputation for being just so darn nice. Canada has a points-based system for immigration, which, on the surface, sounds about as exciting as watching paint dry. But hold on, because this is actually pretty interesting. They award points based on things like education, work experience, language skills, and age. It's like a giant game of adulting, and the prize is Canadian citizenship. Even with its seemingly progressive policies, Canada faces its own set of immigration challenges. Despite the challenges, Canada's approach to immigration is often held up as a model for other countries. It's not perfect, but hey, at least they're not building walls, right? The United Kingdom, a land of tea, crumpets, and a history so long and complicated it makes the Game of Thrones look like a children's book. Immigration to the UK is a tale as old as time itself. From the Romans to the Vikings to the Normans, everyone seemed to want a piece of this island nation. The UK is home to significant immigrant communities from India, Pakistan, the Caribbean, and more recently, Eastern Europe. This melting pot of cultures has, of course, enriched the UK in countless ways, from its food to its music to its very identity. However, as with all things immigration, it's not without its challenges. Integration, discrimination, and the occasional bout of social unrest are all part and parcel of the UK's immigration story. But let's be honest, would it even be the UK without a little bit of drama? G'day mates, and welcome to Australia, land of sunshine, beaches, and more deadly creatures than a Tarantino film festival. But before you pack your bags and your bug spray, let's talk about immigration, Aussie style. Australia has a long and, let's be honest, somewhat checkered history with immigration. These days, Australia has a points-based system for immigration, much like Canada. But unlike their polite neighbours to the north, Australia has a reputation for being, shall we say, a tad stricter. Australia has taken a hard line on asylum seekers arriving by boat, even going so far as to detain them in offshore processing centres. Australia's immigration policies are complex and often controversial. But one thing's for sure, if you're lucky enough to call this sunburnt country home, you'll be living in one of the most diverse and multicultural nations on Earth. Bonjour, mes amis, and welcome to France, land of romance, baguettes, and a certain je ne sais quoi that makes it one of the most visited countries in the world. But behind the Eiffel Tower and the charming cafes lies a country grappling with immigration, just like everyone else. France has a long history of immigration, particularly from its former colonies in North Africa. The rise of far-right political parties, fueled by anti-immigrant sentiment, has changed the face of French politics. The debate over immigration is often framed in terms of national identity and security. France has also implemented policies to promote integration and combat discrimination, but the challenges remain, and the future of immigration in France is, well, as clear as a glass of absinthe. Hola from Spain, land of sunshine, siestas, and a passion for life that's contagious. But Spain's sunny disposition has been tested in recent years by, you guessed it, immigration. In the late 20th century, Spain became a destination for immigrants, particularly from Latin America, North Africa, and Eastern Europe. This influx of newcomers has brought with it economic opportunities, cultural vibrancy, and of course the inevitable social growing pains. The cultural contributions of immigrants are undeniable, from the food to the music to the very fabric of Spanish society. Ole! Ciao, Bella, and welcome to Italy, land of pasta, pizza, and a certain romanticism that's hard to resist. But beneath the surface of La Dolce Vita lies a country grappling with the complex realities of immigration. Italy has become a major gateway for migrants and refugees crossing the Mediterranean from Africa and the Middle East. Public opinion on immigration in Italy is, to put it mildly, divided. Some welcome immigrants with open arms, seeing them as a valuable addition to Italian society. Others view them with suspicion and fear, blaming them for crime, unemployment, and a perceived erosion of Italian culture. The Italian government has struggled to find a balance between managing immigration flows and upholding its humanitarian obligations. It's a delicate balancing act, and one that is likely to continue for years to come. Hej from Sweden, the land of meatballs, IKEA furniture, and a reputation for being, well, a little bit too perfect. But even in this Scandinavian utopia, immigration is a hot topic. Sweden has a long history of welcoming refugees and immigrants, and its society is now one of the most diverse in Europe. But this openness has not come without its challenges. In recent years, Sweden has seen a rise in social tensions related to immigration, particularly in areas with high concentrations of immigrants. Despite the challenges, Sweden remains committed to its humanitarian values and continues to offer refuge to those fleeing war and persecution. So, the next time you're assembling your flat-pack furniture, remember that Sweden's success is in part due to its willingness to embrace people from all corners of the globe. Marhaba from the United Arab Emirates, a land of shimmering skyscrapers, endless deserts, and a thirst for innovation that's almost as insatiable as its appetite for luxury. When it comes to immigration, the UAE is a bit of an anomaly. This federation of 7 emirates, including the glittering metropolis of Dubai and the oil-rich capital of Abu Dhabi, has a population that's over 80% foreign-born. The UAE is essentially a nation built by expats. From the construction workers who erected those towering skyscrapers to the CEOs and entrepreneurs who drive the country's booming economy, immigrants are the lifeblood of the UAE. But this reliance on foreign labor has also raised concerns about exploitation, human rights, and the long-term sustainability of such a system. The UAE is at a crossroads, trying to balance its need for foreign workers with the need to create a more equitable and sustainable society. Well, there you have it, folks, a whirlwind tour of immigration in 10 of the world's most populous and diverse countries. We've seen the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. Immigration is a complex issue with no easy answers. It's a story of hope, struggle, opportunity, and, yes, sometimes even tension. So, the next time you find yourself tempted to reduce this complex issue to a simplistic soundbite, remember the human faces behind the headlines. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.